Had an outstanding season, 22 saves, a 14-9 one-loss record, and Roger is here to talk about, which we'll get into, Roger, a new Mets championship cassette. But right now, still discussion from earlier this week on the MVP awards. There are those who think that a pitcher shouldn't get it. Now, this is loaded because you're a pitcher. I think a pitcher should get it. I'm sure you do, too.
Well, I think so, too. The most valuable player is the most valuable player to the team, especially if you win it. Roger Clemens had an outstanding year. He was kind of like Dwight was last year. Every time he went out, every fourth or fifth day, he was expected to win, and the team felt he would win. And that's the most valuable player, the guy that does the job each time he goes out.
See, I agree. I think the key word in the title is valuable. Yeah. For example, I mean, Don Mattingly, who may be the best player in baseball, had a sensational season, but yet, even with a great season as Mattingly had, it's conceivable he could have a week where he went 2 for 6, 3 for 5, and did extremely well, but his team lost. Now, that's not his fault, but what's the value in that if valuable player means contributing to your team's wins, and yet a pitcher like Clemens, who started 33 games and won 75% of his games, how do you give it a number? It certainly is kind of like marking on the curve, isn't it?
Right. It's hard to say that Don Mattingly didn't deserve as much as Roger Clemens because his numbers they put, he had 353 batting average or whatever it was, and set the doubles, and the play that the way he played this year was unbelievable. Roger Clemens, as you said, won 75% of his games, and the guys were back there for him, and it's on.
Yeah.
You know.
Then you get into that gray area. Of his 24 wins, 14 of them came after a Red Sox loss. They had their number 2 pitcher, Hurst, out for about a month. Oil Can was out. So you're talking all those intangible areas over and above the numbers where he really bailed his team out.
He more or less carried him for that period of time when those guys were hurt. Buckner went through some injuries, Jim Rice, and he was more or less the guy they counted on, and it's our most valuable player.
And in the National League, you had a situation, Roger, where perhaps there were too many most valuable Mets, and because so many Mets, including yourself, who got some votes in this thing, contributed so mightily, that in itself might have hurt a Met player from getting the award.
Well, they said you looked at it in the MVP voting, and 7 Met players got votes, and Keith and Gary were at the top. But you know, the balance of the team was so that the guys contributed throughout the whole year, and there wasn't really one really particular guy that we counted on the whole year. That everybody contributed, and when one guy was slumping, the other guy pulling through.
What's the attitude on most of the players, on the part of most of the players, when it comes to an award? Aside from the Eagle thing, do they think it's just kind of like an Academy Awards thing and it doesn't mean that much, or does it really mean a lot to the players?
Well, it means an awfully lot. It's kind of like the World Series. You wouldn't win it when you have an exceptional year like we did this year. If we lost, we wouldn't, have been satisfied. We wanted to win it from the spring training, and the awards are kind of the same thing. You never know if you're going to have the opportunity to have a year, a great year, and be in the MVP voting, like Gary and Keith were this year, and other players. So it comes along maybe once in a lifetime, and you want it each time. And it's fortunate for the guys that do get it and have those career years. Schmidt's had it 3 times, so. He's put some numbers up throughout his whole career.
Roger, you've won the World Series, had the parade, commercials, the whole thing. Has the dust settled? You kind of back to your normal way of living right now, or do you still feel the tension, and not the tension really, but more like the good feelings from that?
Oh, definitely. You still have the good feelings. You look back, and the first few days at the World Series, you don't really realize that you've won the World Series and you're the best team in baseball for that year. You look back on it over the past month and these next couple months, and even all next year, even during the season, we're world champions. So, it's a good feeling.
Well, let me tell our viewers why you're back in town again. Roger, who is from Cincinnati, just back from Jackson, Mississippi, where your wife, Karen, is from.
Right.
And next week, the Mets are coming out with this video cassette called 1986 Mets. A year to remember. I got a feeling this is going to be a big seller.
I think so. I get chills just looking at that. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm looking forward to it because I have a VCR at home and I'll run it through 3 or 4 times.
158 times.
I probably won't even sleep for a week.
Roger McDowell of the Mets, thank you for being our guest, and we'll be back with more Sports Update right after this.